welcome to my channel, Googie's Kitchen. My name's Alexis and today I want to show you how to make this delicious vegan quinoa chocolate brownie.
I want you to show me how to get to know someone like you, someone like you. I want you to know me, cause I know then you'll see we can be true, we can be.
I want to show you how to make my delicious vegan quinoa chocolate brownie. But before I do, if you are new to my channel, then hello and welcome. It's lovely to have you here. And if you like these kind of videos and you want to see more, then I upload every Tuesday and Thursday at 6 PM. So please don't forget to hit that subscribe button below. So as I just mentioned, today I want to show you how to make my vegan quinoa chocolate brownie. Now this recipe is on my blog and it's a fairly new one as well. Recently I've been experimenting with quinoa flour and I've been making breads, and I will make videos on those soon, but I've been making some really delicious breads. And I wondered what quinoa flour would taste like with raw cacao powder and dates and things. So I decided to make a brownie with it and the results were fantastic. My husband really liked it and he's not normally a fan of quinoa, so that was good. So I decided that I'd make a video of it today for you. So here is how to make my vegan quinoa chocolate brownie. First thing I'm going to do is preheat my oven to 180 degrees. So in this bowl here I have about 10 dates and I've taken the stones out of them. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pour the hot water on and I'm going to leave these to soak for about 5 minutes. I'm going to leave these to soak, so I'm just going to set these aside now. Now I've got a bowl of about 100 grams of oats, so gluten-free oats for me because I've got a gluten intolerance. If you haven't got a gluten intolerance, don't worry about it. And then in here I've also got the quinoa as well. And what I'm going to do is grind the quinoa in the NutriBullet with the oats as well. And that will make a really nice flour then. So I'm going to blend these together now. So I'm just going to put the lid on. Blended those two together and they've made a really nice flour. And I'm now going to go and mix all of my dry ingredients together. Before I mix the dry ingredients together, I've got a sheet of greaseproof paper and I'm going to pre-line this square baking tin. If you haven't got a square baking tin, it doesn't matter. You can use any shape or size you like, as long as you have a baking tin, of course. And then I'm just going to add a bit of oil to the baking tin. And I'm going to spread that around with my plastic brush because I want a nice even coverage on the bottom of this tin. So that's spread there, and then I'm going to add the greaseproof paper, so hopefully that should stick down nicely inside there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a bit more oil, and this is to make sure that the greaseproof paper just peels off when you take the brownie out of the oven and out of the tin and stuff when it's cooled down. So yeah, I like to make sure that it's all covered everywhere. So that's that done. I have a large mixing bowl here, and to this mixing bowl I'm going to add the flour that I made earlier. So I'm adding the quinoa and oat flour to that. And then I'm going to add 150 grams of coconut sugar. I like to use coconut sugar because it actually slides through the liver easier than normal white sugar. If you can't get coconut sugar, then I would suggest that you could use brown sugar as well, because that's much better for the body as well. And then I've got 60 grams of raw cacao powder. You can use coconut powder, normal chocolate powder that you buy in the supermarket, but raw cacao powder is actually the bean of the the cacao, and it's just that ground up, so it's got no added sugars or anything like that. So again, it's much better for the body. So I'm just going to mix these in now. And then to that, I'm going to add a little bit of cinnamon. Now this is optional, you don't have to add this, but I do find it does add a bit of extra sweetness. And there's a pinch of salt in here as well. And then also to that, I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of baking powder. And I'm going to also add a teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda. And these are just to basically help the cake to rise. So I'm just going to mix these together now. And then after this, I will go back and show you what I'm going to do with my dates that I've left in the bowl soaking over there. So these are well mixed now. So I will show you the wet ingredients next. I soaked the dates, as I said, for about 5 minutes, and I've drained them in the sink. So I'm just going to add these to my NutriBullet now. You can use a blender as well, it doesn't have to be a NutriBullet. But a blender or a NutriBullet are brilliant for jobs like this. And then I've got 2 bananas. They should actually be very ripe bananas, but unfortunately I didn't leave mine long enough, so they aren't that ripe, but they'll do the job, I'm sure. And then I'm just going to peel and then break them up roughly. So I'm just going to break them up in between my hands like that. They don't need to be a certain size or anything like that. And then I'm going to add 200 ml of coconut milk. You can use any type of milk you like for this recipe. It doesn't have to be coconut milk. I'm not very good on dairy, which is why I'm using this. So I'm going to put my lid on now. And then I'm going to blend these ingredients together. So I've blended these until they're smooth and they resemble like a smoothie basically. And now I'm going to add these to the dry ingredients. I've added the wet ingredients to the dry ones, and now I'm just going to mix this together. If you need to add more milk, which I think I might do, then please do. As I said, I'm just going to add a bit more milk, probably about 50 ml. This is the milk I use, by the way. It's Rude Health coconut drink, and it's yummy, and it's got no added nasties either, so it's got nothing chemical in it. So it's just literally coconut milk in there, which is always nice to know, I think. So yes, I'm just going to mix this together now. The mixture will be a very thick consistency as well, but once it's cooked, it will feel quite heavy when you pick it up, but actually when you eat it, it's quite light. It's quite a nice texture to it as well. So I'm now going to pour the chocolate brownie into my pre-lined baking tray. So in it goes. Oh, lovely. I love the smell of chocolate. One of my favourite smells, that. To spread the mixture evenly across the base of the tin, I just like to give it a quick shake. So that's the chocolate brownie mix ready to go in the oven. So I'm going to put this in the oven for about 25 to 30 minutes. The chocolate brownie has been in the oven for about 25 minutes, and I've put a skewer in and it's come out clean. So I'm going to take this out of the oven now and leave it to cool. So I've left the cake to cool on the rack for a good couple of hours now. It's completely cool, and I would say to leave it for a long time, because when it first comes out of the oven it can be still quite crumbly when you cut it. So it's definitely a good idea to leave it to cool. And now all I'm going to do is just cut it into quarters, and then eighths, and then 16ths. So I'm just going to slice across here, then slice down the middle. Cake is lovely and moist as well. I can feel it when I cut it. Cut down this middle again. Yep. Down here. And down here. And that is the cake done. So I thought I'd just give the brownie a little try, so I'm just going to cut a slice off from there. That was really good. Cake is really moist. It does feel like quite a dense cake, but actually it's quite light when it goes in. And then it becomes quite chewy when it's in your mouth as well because of all the dates, I think. So yeah, really good. Definitely worth trying. So that's how you make my delicious vegan quinoa chocolate brownie, and that recipe I will link in the description box below for you, and it's also on my blog at googie'skitchenlife.com. That's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to give me a big thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and please feel free to leave any comments below. Have you tried cooking with quinoa flour, and how did it go? I'd love to know, and please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. See you all soon. Bye.
I want you to show me how to get to know someone like you, someone like you. I want you to know me, 'cause I know then you'll see